Now you gotta get in this picture, bro.
Diana's 5 minutes away. I love it.
Get in the middle.
Get in the middle.
See, how come anybody would think we wouldn't be doing the right thing? We got Spike. We do the right thing. Hey.
Well, you know, the press conference is next door. We'll be right back.
Hi. Nice to meet you. Sure. Hi, Spike.
How you doing?
Hello, hi. How are you?
They're all outside.
This is it?
Do they know to come in?
Do they know to come in? Oh, okay.
Let's call Brooklyn shot, gentlemen.
Everybody looking here for one? Right over here, please. Spike.
Everybody out this way, please.
Let's
Thank you very much.
Straight ahead, gentlemen. Straight ahead.
You know, when all is said and done, one of my favorite things, I can't wait to talk about, I'm going to put it in the book, was I was on the phone with Spike, and I'm hearing my man Bthere in the background. And he's going, how many times have I told you not to pick this up? And I'm like, how come I don't have the tape recorder on now? Put this on a record somewhere. Hold on a second now. How come
Put them on. Put them on. Bring them up.
That's not the image of Spike Lee everybody thinks of.
Why do you feel like it's important to be here today?
Oh, come on. Nile gave me a call when I think this was in the genesis stages and asked, what can we do to help? And we worked together before, and it's about bringing this nation together. The fact that in the last week and a half in New York City, and I defy anybody to tell me any differently, you can walk in this town for the first time, people will stop and say hello. Cab drivers will stop and pick me up. You know what I mean? I can be on a corner, and it doesn't matter what the race, nationality, ethnicity of the person. Everybody wants to make sure we all are aware of the fact that we're Americans, and what better way to do so than by rejuvenating, bringing back this song.
I was involved at Live Aid, and I remember that poor Bob Geldof, who had nothing but the greatest intentions, after we raised all that money and got all that food, the vision, the sight of all of that food on the runway, rotting, while people were still starving because we hadn't done due diligence and understand the infrastructure of the country that we were trying to help.
Just for a second, maybe what I'll do, since I guess it's in my house and I do it this way. Well, I feel like I'm going to do a talk show. Come on, I have got the most stellar stage for a talk show ever in the history of talk TV. I'll just orchestrate. If you have a question, raise your hand. Let me just see if I can direct traffic, and may make it easier. And guys in the front, you have to do the guys in the back a favor, and that's tucked down a little bit on the tripod. You got to move it back, sir.
Funny, Little Steven had a party a few years ago where they brought Nelson Mandela.
And Spike.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, because they were doing the right thing together. So they had a party down at Tribeca Grill. And I was sitting at a table with my partner, Bernard, and Little Steven does his thing. He's very eloquent. He introduces Mr. Mandela to everyone. And at some point in the evening, I was able to steal a moment of his time. And he's a very gracious man. And we just started chatting. And he told us a story, a very quick story, but charming. He told us a story of how when he was in his prison cell, the guards outside of his cell used to play We Are Family. And he says, now imagine this, my son. You know, these were the big white guards taking, outside, and they're singing a song by these 4 young black girls, and they're saying that we are family. And in his mind, he realized that South Africa was not going to be racially divided forever. He said just that one image, and I was so overwhelmed with that kind of concept to think that, a man who spent all those years in prison and all this kind of stuff and having political struggles and so on, that a little song could be that graphic in his mind.